I'm Emily Smith, Finance, HR and Health and Safety Director at Michael Smith Switchgear. Michael Smith Switchgear's work is vital to other businesses in the UK. We provide electrical switchgear products to various different industries, including the NHS, data centres, various supermarket food distribution chains. Without our equipment, those chains would not be able to work. We provided critical services during the COVID pandemic and therefore were classified as key workers. It's really important that we influence our supply chain and customers. Sustainability is extremely important to us at Michael Smith Switchgear, so we want to make sure that the whole supply chain is included in all of the green initiatives. We don't want to have any of our products included that have anything that is not sustainable further down the chain. One of the initiatives we did take was we wrote out a letter to all of our suppliers just to encourage them to take greener initiatives. We will be doing that same thing again in the next couple of years, just to outline what we have done and how easy those steps are to make. Companies should be making an effort to go green because we want to save this planet. All of us have joint responsibility to ensure that the planet survives for future generations. Our efforts towards sustainability these days will definitely attract new talent. People aren't just looking for a job, they're looking for somewhere where they take health and safety seriously, where they take environmental issues seriously. People want more out of their work. They want to work for a company that has a great reputation and somebody that is a market leader in their field. Some of the low-cost changes that other companies can make, it's as simple as applying the recycling and waste hierarchy. Just encourage your staff to do some recycling. You can separate your cardboard waste, your plastic waste, you can take trade contracts. It also reduces the cost of your general waste because we all know we pay that on a tonnage. They can also sign up to simple initiatives such as crisp packet recycling schemes, which we do. We've become a public drop-off point for those schemes, meaning that we send off certain amounts of crisp packets. It doesn't go into general waste. We've also looked at implementing different packaging. So we changed our bubble wrap from a standard bubble wrap to a biodegradable bubble wrap. It actually saved us money, so there's a common misconception that it does cost more to go green, but actually it doesn't. There is a common misconception that going green is expensive. Some aspects it is expensive. You know, we put solar panels on the roof of the building. It is a high cost capital investment to start with, but the payback period is probably around 5 years. That does mean that you have to have some sort of cash flow to be able to do those initiatives, but you can do lower cost alternatives, such as reviewing your packaging, looking at your supply chain. Can you have items delivered in cardboard boxes rather than plastic boxes? So reviewing your infrastructure as a whole and how you integrate with your customers and your supply chain could actually identify some real low cost alternatives. It hasn't been more difficult to go green with what's been going on with Brexit lately. There are so simple solutions out there, such as recycling crisp packets or changing your packaging. Brexit has created issues with supply, so it may be that trying to get hold of cardboard packaging is slightly more difficult, but there is availability out there, and as things start to recover from Brexit and COVID, we are seeing that these issues with supply chains are getting much better. We have a few initiatives coming up in our sustainability plan moving forward. A lot of our paperwork is still paper-based, so we want to change that to a more computer-based system. So particularly on our HR system, we want to take that to an app-based system to allow our employees to engage with management in a purely electronic way to avoid paper trail. And we also run our projects currently in a paper-based way. We want to be able to integrate with our customers over an e-document signing process and an app-based process to eliminate that paperwork and make us more sustainable. We also want to purchase more company vans in the fleet. We've just purchased 2 electric vans, and we will be looking to change all our engineers' cars moving forward. And we've also just put in electric charge points to make sure that we have that facility moving forward. It's actually been amazing to win both of those awards for the business, for our employees, for our customers. Particularly Employer of the Year. The employees were over the moon with that, and we got everybody together. They were clapping and cheering. It really raised morale. Employees are really important to us, and we wouldn't have won that award without them, and certainly the business would not operate without them either. So we do provide them with the employee assistance support, and we also have trained mental health first aiders on site. Morale has really been boosted since winning the awards because they feel that they've achieved recognition for them as well and how they work in the business, and they are really, really integral to us. Business growth was also a great achievement. It's been a really tough 18 months for all businesses, so actually to have sustained growth during that period is absolutely phenomenal for us. We have given the staff an extra day's holiday as a reward for winning the award. So at Christmas Eve, they will have an extra day. They'll be able to spend that time with their family and friends. And we really wanted to give something back to them to say thank you, because without them, we couldn't do this and we wouldn't have a business. We did have a 1980s factory mentality, which was a challenge, but times have changed and time moves on. So a lot of our new initiatives were to modernise the business. We improved staff wellbeing, we improved the way that our processes work to make sure that we were more modern and we were at the forefront of computer technology instead of using some of our paper-based systems. To change that to a modern day mentality has been a real challenge, but we have done it, and the business is much better for it. I did make some big changes in the business when I came on board. So I overhauled all of the health and safety, and I overhauled all of the HR systems as well. I did have some resilience to that, being a female in a man's world. We are in a manufacturing, it's quite unheard of to have a female director. Some resilience from my part, and actually not giving up to get through. And actually just proving that I could do it is part and parcel, and earning that respect. But it has definitely been a challenge being a female director. But I'm glad that the business has benefited from that.
I'm Sean Smith, I'm Managing Director of Michael Smith Switchgear. Michael Smith Switchgear's work is key to other businesses in the UK, and we manufacture switchboards that controls the electrical distribution around the buildings for businesses such as schools, hospitals, airports, and your big chilled distribution centres. Through doing that, we were classified as key workers during the pandemic because our infrastructure work is key to the continuation of the supply to those buildings. Michael Smith Switchgear is doing everything we can to become green. Everything we do around it is with the forefront of sustainability and the environment, and we're trying to influence our customers and supply chain to follow suit. We've installed solar panels on the roof, which on a sunny day we are off-grid. We have installed LED lighting and changed all the lighting, and we've changed the heating from gas to electric, and all of the energy we buy is green. We're starting to change the fleet to electric vehicles, and we've also installed the charge points for that, which also charge off the solar, so it's made it very, very sustainable on that side already. All companies should be making an effort to go green, because as business leaders we have so much influence within the economy, the industries and everything, and if we're not doing it, who will? You know, we need to be doing it for our future generations and doing our bit, but as business leaders we can do a lot more than everyone as individuals, so if we can drive it from the front, then we're hopefully going to get there sooner. I believe that our sustainability efforts will attract new talent. I think the newer generation of sort of workers are coming through, and it's very key for them to know that the business they're working for is doing everything they can towards sustainability. It's not just about sort of wages, it's about the whole package, and I think a business that's going green and proving sustainable will undoubtedly get sort of the better talent moving forward, and people will want to work there and the morale will be higher. So there's numerous changes that any company can do that's low cost, and things that we've done, for example, is we've changed our packaging from bubble wrap to biodegradable bubble wrap, where it can't, and it has to be single use. That change actually was cheaper for us. A lot of people assume it was going to be more expensive, but it's actually worked out cheaper. We've saved money, and we're buying it from a company that's 2 streets away, which is therefore supported another local business as well. So there is a common misconception that everything green is expensive. Of course there are some things that are expensive, so we've installed solar panels on the roof. That was quite an expensive capital investment, but it also does have a good payback period, and for companies that have got the capital there, they can go green. But for example, the solar panels for us pay themselves back in 5 years, and they've got a 25-year guarantee. So it is a short-term pain for a long-term gain, and that sustainability for the future. There are a lot of things that aren't expensive as well, such as the bubble wrap change to biodegradable, different packaging options, and some free initiatives online as well. With everything that's been going on with Brexit, it's not been any more difficult to go green. The issue we've had with Brexit and the current pandemic is that the material supply issues has been harder, but it's definitely not been harder to go green during this time. Next in our sustainability plan is we're going to really focus on trying to calculate our Scope 3 emissions. We've already calculated, or well towards calculating, certain aspects of our Scope 1 and 2 emissions. In terms of acquisitions, we're going to be looking to change the whole fleet towards electric, to sort of go hand in hand with the charge network that we've put in here, and then continual research and development into our product to see if there's more efficient ways of manufacturing it and making it greener. It means the absolute world to have been a winner on the 2 niche business awards for business growth and employer of the year. The morale on the workshop and across the factory and the offices was incredible. It was almost like we'd just won the World Cup when we told them all. For them to see the independent recognition that everything they're doing is feeding into a team that's obviously successful has been fantastic. And from my side, it's lovely to see that. That's where the recognition is for me, is that the team work hard. It's their award. It's not ours as the business. It's theirs. They do it. We are one team. So it's really nice to see. We gave the team an extra day off as holiday for winning the awards. Like I say, it's the awards for them. It's from them. The morale was incredible as soon as we did that. As soon as we won the awards, it was already sky high, and to give them something back as well, albeit not massive, but an extra day off for them all to spend with their friends or families is it goes a long way, and they very much appreciated it. Taking over my dad's business was a big pressure. He set this business up in 1985, and he ran it very, very successfully until I took it over in 2012. And the last thing I wanted to do with that was to fail. All of his hard work over the years. So to take it over, the biggest thing I wanted to do was to make him proud. Obviously, we wanted to continue to grow. So growth was a really important factor when I took it over at first, and then sort of decisions changed along the way, and we pushed towards sustainability and making sure that everyone had a really, really healthy company to work for, and that way that they felt very valued and part of the team, and that's shown really as part of the morale. It is very much a sort of a family mentality on the workshops and through the offices, and everyone is as important as everyone else, and it does really feed in well as a good team. Previously mentioned 1980s factory mentality was the decades before. There was limited health and safety, limited HR, and people used to come to work to earn money and earn money only, and now people want the benefits, they want the packages, they want to feel secure and they want to feel wanted, and part of that for us was making every single member of our team be involved as a team. There's no us and them mentality that would have been years ago in the factory, and people on the factory shop floor would have been seen as the workers, and you had the blue collar, white collar era, and we've scrapped that completely. Everybody here is a key member of the cog of our team.